Hi everyone, my name is Justine Sanfilippo, and here I am in gorgeous Austin, Texas, where the sun is setting over there, and Texas sunsets are one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen. And it's nice and cool out here, and I thought, what a perfect time to make my video for you. Earlier today I was thinking to myself, how have all of my life events and everything I've ever gone through transpired to this moment right here, right now, where I'm telling my story to you. 14 years ago, I was unhappy, I was unhealthy, and I really didn't know what direction my life was going. I was a junior at Notre Dame, and I decided my fall semester of my junior year to go abroad to Dublin, Ireland. And I chose Ireland just because I figured everyone speaks English, it's gotta be fun. I remember right before I left, my boyfriend at the time, he said that he wanted to take a bit of a hiatus since we won't really see each other. I said, well sure, why not? I get to Ireland, and I remember the first night that my roommate and I polished off an entire box of cereal. I never really thought much of that. During the next few months in Ireland, I enjoyed Guinness and fish and chips, and I didn't really study that much, and there were all sorts of fun things to do and sights to see, and there was even a pub below the gym. So you can go up on your Stairmaster for 10 minutes and then go down and have a pint. Finally, it's been 4 long months and I'm going to see my boyfriend again. And I finally see him, and I didn't quite get the reaction that I had been envisioning in my head. All he did was give me a little hug, a peck on the cheek, and a look that said, "What did you do, Justine? What did you do to yourself?" Well, what I did to myself is I put on 45 pounds and 4 sizes in those 4 months. So of course he would react like that. My thighs were out to here, my stomach was in front of my chest, my cheeks looked like little chipmunks, and my inner thighs would swish together and rub when I walked. I was really, really unhappy and uncomfortable in my own skin. I had never been overweight. I was always super skinny in high school. I was known as the human garbage disposal because I would finish all my girlfriend's lunches. I would get this cookie every day, and I don't know where the stuff went, but I looked like this. And I played softball, I was in band, I did modeling and a couple of pageants. So I was very active. I never ever thought about food or diet or exercise or anything. So I didn't really know what to do with this new body. I went home that summer and I asked my parents if I could join a gym. I had never been in a gym, never walked through the door. They said, sure, go ahead. I found one close to my work, and I walked in and they give me the tour, and I see all these strange machines I've never seen before, which were completely intimidating. I was like, well, I'll just go on that treadmill. And they sat me down, there's all these glass offices, and in walks this woman called a personal trainer. And I didn't know what the heck a personal trainer was. All I knew is that she had lost 40 pounds and I wanted to look like her. So I asked my parents if I could work out with a personal trainer. They said, sure, give it a shot. That summer I learned all about how it is to feel empowered and lift weights and feel strong and start to change the outside appearance of our bodies. It was very empowering. I went back my senior year. I had lost about 10 pounds, still had 35 to go, but I was starting to feel better about myself. And during the school year I really tried out the fitness thing. I did classes and I would go to the gym on campus, and I didn't really know what I was doing, but I would just try a whole bunch of things. But still, there was still campus life where you're drinking or eating pizza and maybe not making the best food choices. So food stuff I had no idea, but I was learning about the fitness stuff. After college, I continued on the fitness trend, and I lost a little bit more weight. And I tried every diet seriously known to man. I've done Atkins, I've done low-carb stuff, I've done fasting, I've done everything. I've tried every supplement, and none of them work. I've had enough experience for an 80-year-old woman at this moment. Well, after I tried so many diets and nothing was happening here, although I was still exercising, I was not losing any more weight, I found online this place called the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, and you could become certified as a holistic health coach. Well, I had no idea what that was. I majored in business in college, but I just thought, well, maybe there's some magic formula there where I could finally lose the weight I've been wanting to lose. I enrolled into school, and what I learned about this word holistic, which I never knew what that meant, is it just meant whole body, mind, body, and spirit. It meant that our inner self had to match our outer self. Everything had to be healthy on the inside and outside. You could look healthy on the outside and be skinny, but you might be really unhappy on the inside, which could develop into different diseases and things like that. When I learned more about the inner nutrition as well as outer, I dropped literally the last 20 pounds like that in no time. It was fascinating. So when I saw that I could really help myself with weight loss, I wanted to start helping others. So I started to counsel others as a health coach, and eventually I became certified as a personal trainer. I taught fitness classes, I owned a women's gym, and I was really into this health and wellness thing. And then I started writing, and now I'm an author. Now during this time, though the boyfriend from college, he fell away. But during this time, I met somebody else. He was this really cute guy, tall, funny, and we really hit it off. And 4.5 years later, I find myself in our house throwing stuff in boxes and bins as fast as I can. I haven't showered in 3 days. I have a pink sweatshirt on and the gray sweatpants that I haven't taken off in 3 days either. And I remember I was just on autopilot, just throwing stuff in. Gotta do this, gotta do this. And I remember being in the bathroom at one point, just crouched down, throwing some lotions in the bin, and it just hit me. It just hit me as to what I was doing. Right in my gut. I can't think about that, Justine. Just gotta keep going. Well, what I was doing was I was leaving the relationship. I was leaving this person. I was taking a few of my belongings, leaving everything else, and just taking my pets. And I was going to start a new life. During the course of that relationship, my inner self, my inner being, got depleted. And the more that I put into making him happy and trying to change myself for him, focusing on his goals, my tank literally fell to nothing, to where there was absolutely nothing left. And the only choice I had to do was to get out. I remember that night, laying in this new place, staring out the window, thinking to myself, what's next? What's next, Justine? And a voice in my head said, every day do something that makes you happy. Okay, I could try that. That's exactly what I did. Every single day I did something that made me happy, whether it be watching my favorite TV show, or watching a funny movie, or reading my favorite Us Weekly magazines, or walking the dog. And I always did some sort of exercise, always was physically active, because honestly that's become a staple in my life, and it makes you feel good. To take that little time out for yourself, that half hour, that hour, it makes you a better person and a happier person, so you can give and be better for others around you. Slowly but surely my happiness tank began to fill up. And I started to love myself again and appreciate myself. And I found what my goals are and what I wanted to do with my life. I became myself again. And that's something I'm really proud of. In the last 2.5 years, that's what I've been doing, is making myself a happy, healthy person on the inside and the outside. When I first became a health coach in 2005, I established the business name Happy Healthy People, simply because saying it just made me happy. Now I know what that really means, which is I want to help millions of people be happy on the inside and the outside. This is something that I've done for myself, and this is something that I could do for you. Thank you very much.